Hi, my name is Irina Kostka. I'm a recent graduate of the Leibniz University in Hanover, Germany. I am also Grenadian, and I did my architectural thesis on the Carénage in St. George's. The topic of the thesis is the Carénage, St. George's Cultural Promenade. It's basically about reviving and reanimating the Carénage. I did analysis on St. George's and the uses of the buildings in St. George's and what's happening on the Carénage at the moment. Since the building of the new cruise ship terminal at the Esplanade, the focus has shifted over to the central part of St. George's, leaving the Carénage very empty. And I thought it was a perfect topic to attack for my thesis. I gave 6 suggestions, 6 strategies of reanimating the Carénage. I think each of them is very important and they should go hand in hand with each other. The first one would be to create an alternative route to get to the Carénage from the center of St. George's via a footpath around the peninsula where the hospital is situated. The second one would be to create a wider space on the Carénage, so widening the promenade, whether it be inwards towards the road, so taking back from the road and the parking areas, or expanding it towards the sea. The third one would be to add green to the Carénage. Grenadians like to sit and talk, however nobody sits and talks on the Carénage except for one spot, which is under one tree that is located on the Carénage. So I thought, what better way to attract people to the Carénage other than planting trees, creating shade where people can sit and lounge for a bit. The fourth strategy was to change the parking situation. So there's a lot of parking, a lot of traffic on the Carénage at the moment, which doesn't make it comfortable for people to sit and enjoy. So it would be combining the parking with green spaces, changing how the parking is at the moment, putting it more at an angle so it doesn't feel like a row of parked cars. The next strategy, I think I'm leaving one out, but I'm just gonna go ahead. The last strategy would be to create characteristic spaces along the Carénage. For instance, there is one small area where the boats come in and sell fish, so it would be expanding that and actually creating a fish market. There's one area where there are a few vendors who stand and sell produce, so it would be expanding that area. And also creating spaces where people can relax, and also creating attractions along the Carénage. And in doing this thesis, I asked myself what attractions could be there, and looking again at the uses of the buildings in the Carénage, what the St. George's has to offer. I found that we are very lacking in cultural facilities. Generally in Grenada, there are very few cultural facilities where people can practice and perform, especially in St. George's. We have a few art galleries, a museum, and a library which has been closed for 2 years. So I thought, what better way to get culture back into St. George's than by making the Carénage basically a cultural promenade. I initially wanted to design a house of culture for St. George's, a house of culture meaning a place where people can come, have workshops, have music lessons, dance lessons, and a place where there would also be space for performances. However, looking at the structure of St. George's, the building structure, I realized that there would be no area big enough for such a building, especially on the Carénage. We have very small buildings along the Carénage, and I did not want to take away any of the buildings at the moment. I wanted to leave everything as much as possible. Hence, I separated the uses of one house of culture into 4 different parts. So there would be a poetry pavilion, which would be associated with the library, a house of music, a house of dance, and a house of art performances. I went on to design the House of Dance and the House of Music, which can be better viewed in images. Thank you.